Hey guys, how's it going? It's Andy from Magoo Investing. As you can see, we're in a different location. I'm back at school right now, so I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to have everything set up for these videos going forward, but for right now, this is what we got. The point of today's video is I'm going to be talking about the two trades that I made this week that got me a 5% profit, and it probably only took about 30 minutes of research. The reason I'm going to be talking about this is I just want to show the thought process that I had, I guess it was Sunday and Monday of this week, that helped me find these successful trades, and just kind of show that anyone with a little bit of practice and a little bit of discipline can get this done. So the two stocks I traded this week was Hertz Rental Car, and then the other one was an ETF about real estate. Basically, I just wanted to quickly explain that as we get to the real estate one, there's not a lot of volume on this stock. And for a lot of people, that would be it'd be a red flag. But for someone like me that's trading based off the technicals, it doesn't really matter for me. So I don't really care the fact that it's only trading on like 15,000 shares per day, which is really low. So when you go on to the 1 minute chart, it's really choppy because it's not fluid with the trades. But for someone like me that's just trading the technicals and I know what I'm looking for, I wasn't that worried about it. I did take a smaller than normal position on it and put more of my money into Hertz because it was more fluid and I could get out if something went poorly. But just kind of wanted to talk about, it's going to look really weird on the chart, but just say that I was confident with it and I knew what I was doing, or at least I hoped I knew what I was doing, and I didn't risk that much on it. So now let's head over to the computer and I will show you what I was seeing on Sunday and Monday of last week, and show you how you can do it as well. All right, so now we're on TD Ameritrade, and these are the three stocks that I was looking at potentially trading this week: TNDM, Hertz, and then the real estate ETF. So I'm going to go over TNDM and kind of explain why I didn't take a position, and kind of explain why I took a position on the other ones. So this is what I saw on Wednesday night. This is a stock, it's a diabetes company. I had been trading a lot on its way up, and then it fell for a couple times, and it's been really consistent where it's bounced at. So this is a stock that I've had on my radar for a long time, and I ended up getting a notification on, I think it was Friday, saying that it was coming down to the support level, and so it came down right into the zone. Unfortunately, I did already have a position in something else, and I didn't have any funds available, so I missed this original push up on Monday morning. This was like a 6% move, and I was really proud of myself that I didn't actually take a position on this, because a lot of times, one of the hardest things in trading for me has been if I miss a trade and miss the best entry for it, I go and I chase that position, and the next thing you know, it pulls back and I'm down. So I'm really happy that I didn't take that position. Now when it pushed all the way up here, it came back and it tested another zone where it's been tested from the bottom, and now it came and tested from the top, bounced there and pushed up. So I have, as you can see, I have my notifications set for if it breaks 40 again, and I might take a position on that. So this will be on my watch list for next week. The reason I didn't take a position on this week, I missed my entry. So now let's move on to Hertz, where I did take an entry. So the way I found Hertz this week, this was not a stock that had been on my radar until the weekend. I go on to FinViz, which is a stock website. And one of the things I like to do is I like going into the screener tab, and then they have a bunch of setups on here. So you have channel up, channel down. One of my favorites though is the double bottom, and that's where I ended up finding Hertz. So this actually is a triple bottom, but it didn't show up for that reason. So I went through and I charted the zones that I was looking at, and this would seem like a really strong zone. So then I had notifications set, and this was on Monday. It pushed up, and then as it pulled back on the next day, I actually entered right about here. This was something where I was kind of making an EMA play where I thought it would bounce here because it had been respecting it. This 34 EMA, which is just an indicator. And it seemed like it was kind of respecting that. So it pushed up, and it came back down, tested it, and then it's pushed up. And I'm still in this currently. I think it has range up to almost $17, but I will probably taking my profits on this pretty soon and looking for a new trade. So that's how I found this one. This seems like a very strong stock where it follows these zones pretty well, and it seems pretty easy to predict. So now on the last stock I decided to trade, I had never even heard of this ETF up until this weekend, and just like for Hertz, I found this through FinViz. So as we look on this, it doesn't really look like the volume is that big of an issue, but as I mentioned at the beginning, once you go to the 1 minute chart, actually let's go to 5 days so we can go back a little bit, you can see that it's super choppy. So you go and you see it, and it kind of hangs out at one price for a little bit, and then it moves, and then it stays there for a while. But for someone that's just playing the technical aspect of it, this was exactly what I wanted to see. So this is where I was on Monday morning, and so it pushed up, it came to here, and just like with that Hertz play, I waited until it came down. I didn't chase the position, and I waited until it came down, tried to test this EMA again, and I entered here. I was ready to exit here because this was another past zone going back to May of last year, but I looked at it and it seemed pretty strong, and it kind of pushed right through that zone, so I stayed in it. I was very close to taking a loss, or not taking a loss, but just tagging out of this position, especially after it came here and then came right back down to the zone. I had my stop loss ready, didn't hit it though. So I'm still in this. I still has plenty of room to go up until around $20.75, $21. So this will probably be a longer term hold. I don't have a lot of money in this one, as I mentioned at the beginning, just because it's so choppy. Next thing you know, it could just drop just like that. It is a 3x ETF, so it can move a lot, but based off of the charts for the past year or so, it doesn't seem like it moves that aggressively, besides these 2 red days. So that's just kind of what I saw for these past weeks. I'll be making a video probably tomorrow on me making my watch list for next week, because I think that's something that people kind of understand why you took a trade once you show them, but finding the stocks to trade was the hardest part for me, at least. And now that I've kind of found my niche and like the kind of stocks I like to trade, maybe I can try to help other people find that. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos. Let's make 2019 a green and successful year. I think the market's been pushing up. I don't have the futures up. I'll pull that up real fast. It's not opening. I'm still a little wary. I think the market might be coming down, but so far so good, and let's keep it going.